Hello everybody, this is Dragonfire Blitz here, and I'm back for another update video. I was going to release one a couple days ago, but then some news came in then, and some news came in today. So, Commanders, we'd like to share some screenshots with you of the new map, which is this. Awesome screenshots, by the way. Very cool. They're testing bigger objects and layout of larger objects, features, etc. New German Tier 8 tank. It's supposed to be a medium, a medium or a light tank. Pretty sure it's going to be a light tank. But it looks like a Hetzer. That's pretty much the first thing you can compare it to. A Hetzer with a VK turret. Pretty interesting. Now there's some more images of it. This is the new developer skin ideas that they came up with. This one's probably going to be for Halloween or something, which is going to be very cool. But what's going to be even more interesting is, what is this going to look like on other tanks? That's going to look cool. Yet again. Now what's interesting is on here you can see the bear and the T245. But on here it doesn't have it. But it does look like there's a patch of something there, and it's exactly where the bear and the number are. I don't know if that's just the layout of the tank, but it looks like there's going to be certain areas of a tank where you're going to be able to put symbols and numbers, which is going to be really cool. This camo is probably some of the coolest out of this camo release. Looks very cool. This one, I don't know. It looks interesting. It looks like it might be for a sea-themed, or like a winter-themed event, maybe. It's hard to tell. I can't really make out what this could be, or it could just be a random camouflage that they're gonna add. Could be. This one looks like magma, dried up magma, where it's just cool on the surface. So I guess this is kind of a lava camouflage if you don't want it as vibrant, I guess. I mean, it's not the lava camouflage in all intents and purposes, but you can clearly see there's some resemblance for it. The Light Mark VIC. We finally got a little bit better image of this. The rated fire is going to be 106.28. I'm not even going to calculate that. Health 300, armor's okay. Penetration's pretty good. Damage 9, not bad. Accuracy 0.52, not bad. Aim time 1.7 seconds. Everything else is pretty cool. Speed limit 52 kilometers. That's pretty cool. The T-34-3, the Chinese medium tank tier 8. This is going to be able to purchase, or you're going to be able to get it during the Blitz Fair, which is going to be awesome. Now the aim time, as you can see, is 1.2 seconds, and the accuracy is 0.43. And the rate of fire is 3.75. So this isn't no pushover tank. And do you see the damage? 400 for the alpha. Turret armor, 170 to 120 millimeters from the front, sloped. And then 175 for the penetration. 175. That's insane. And it looks like a Hesh. This thing's going to have Hesh rounds, because I don't see how Heat's only 61 penetration. That could only be Heat, or HE, or Hesh, I meant. HE and Hesh. I mean, what else could it be? I don't know. I don't really understand what else that could be. Health is 1,350. Okay. Speed limit 50 kilometers. This is going to be a very fast-moving tank, and it doesn't have pushover armor. 90 millimeters sloped like that. That's gonna bounce like 120 millimeter shots. Though it depends how much penetration they have. like, heat's definitely going to go through the front of this. Maybe most AP rounds from heavy tanks and TDs. But against other mediums of the same tier, some of them might have trouble penning. Like the T-54 Lightweight, that's probably going to have trouble penning this. Churchill Mk6, you can look at the stats you want. I don't want to even show this. The X31ER Prototype. 1,650 health, tier 9. Hull armor 80, turret armor 150. Penetration 232, damage 310. That's all standard. Not bad. Not bad at all. We haven't gotten any news on this. This is the only screenshot that we have. I think I have an in-game screenshot of this. I feel like I do. I feel like I got an in-game screenshot of this. It might be in my screenshots. I don't know. Anyway, there's this. And then the AMX-30B, which is an HD model, which is kind of nudging us, kind of telling us, hey, they're going to add HD models for tier 10s only, and then they're going to spread it throughout the game after they add them to other tanks. That's going to be interesting. New tanks added to full change log for World of Tanks Blitz. So these are all the tanks that are getting changes, apparently, which is very interesting because the Predator and the Vindicator are on the list. So is the Black Prince, which I'm so glad for. Though, which Black Prince? The Matilda Black Prince or just the Black Prince? That's going to be interesting. And what's even more interesting is that even if, since the event's over, the T-49 ATM is getting a change. That is a little confusing, at the least. The Cruiser Mark II's obviously getting a change. It was gonna get a change eventually. The Tiger II is getting a change in E75, the E75 I meant. VK4502P OSB. VK4503, which is the Tier 7 Tiger, but not with the upgraded turret or gun. The VK4502P OSF-A, along with the B, are both getting nerfs or buffs. I hope the one that I have in my garage now is getting a buff. I mean, sure, it's a good medium, but it can't bounce things even when its frontal armor is completely sloped against a wall. It still can't bounce. Oh my god. Ferdinand's getting some changes. Tiger P, Tiger 1, VK3001P. The AMX CDC, that is interesting. I hope they make it a more... I hope they make it a more fun tank to drive. Let's just say that. Every time I drive it, I just can't do good in it. The IS-3 is getting a legendary camo, hopefully. And hopefully this is right. So is the T-34. This is interesting because you think that's the T-62A. I say no. Because I think this is the T-1TB. Or the 121B. Did I say the T-1TB? Oh my god. I meant the 121B, which is this. The Chinese... I think it was tier 10? Was it tier 10? It was something tier 10. Anyway, this was officially released by World of Tanks Blitz in a screenshot. Which came with the Pearl's Dynasty map. Or the Dynasty's Pearl map. Something like that. So, we know they're adding other Chinese tanks to the game, other than the other one medium line with the 121. So, this is getting very interesting. I wonder if it's going to be like the event like the Kampfpanzer. I hope it's not. I hope it's a little bit different. Cause I mean, sure, not everybody can get a tier 9 and 10 premium tank, but, like, jeez. This was on, this was actually yesterday. E5 will be a good change. Any chance of a couple more degrees of gun depression for the Warhammer tanks. Rarely see them, and I've parked mine till they get better. Just need some small changes, and others are fast easier to do well in. This is exactly the point that I am with mine. They're good tanks, but they just don't have gun depression. They just don't. Okay, I'll understand if something pins me, because these things aren't invincible. But if I can't lower my gun, not even not even from 2 to 3 degrees low, then I can't do shit in this. But it is really good E5 change. I know many players were waiting for that. Warhammer tanks will be changed. You'll get detailed information soon. That is good to hear, because they're not bad, but the gun depression, it's just... Here is some information we have on balance. I guess one of the most nice rebalanced T110E5. The most interesting is Commander's turret changes. Or it's going to be, like, majorly resized. The M48 pattern, like the M48 pattern's turret. We're going to make some improvements of Tier 8 Premium Tank Lowy. No detailed information for now. That is interesting, since the Lowy is actually a pretty good tank, but I just never play it. We're going to improve Indian Panzer as well. Likely we will make the gun more comfortable. I don't know what they mean by that, because the gun is pretty good on that thing, even though I don't have it. Every time I see someone play it, they either do really, really good in it, or they do really bad, so... We continue improvements of Tier 6 TDs, ARL V39, Jackson, Churchill gun carriage. So, I guess they're saying the Jackson and the ARL and the Churchill gun carriage people don't play often, which makes sense, because the ARL V39 is just bad. It just is. The Jackson, actually, the Jackson isn't that bad, but certainly not as bad as the Churchill gun carriage. Oof. The Death Toaster is gonna be more comfortable, quote unquote. Maybe I'll be able to share some other changes soon, so stay tuned. What other tanks do you need do you think need improvements? Apparently AMX CDC is also gonna get changed, and we now know when it's gonna get changed, update 4.5. But before, when I showed y'all this list, this just shows the future changes to tanks and any updates, which is very interesting, because the T49 ATM looks like it's on the front, or in the beginning of the list, or in the very back. And since these are getting added next update, I want to assume these are first, and this is the bottom, which is interesting because they remade the IS-3 model on the test server, so I don't know why that would be on the bottom. So if I had to guess, I think this would be a pretty good estimation of what Wargaming is doing for changes, because they're changing tech tree tanks first, or most tech tree tanks, like the AMX30B. That's going to be a tech tree tank. So is the X31ER, AMX M4, AMX CDC, AMX 31P, etc. So they're changing a lot of they're changing a lot of tech tree tanks first. But then, as you can see, they're changing the T29, IS, KV3, IS3, and the IS4. I don't know how they're going to change the KV3, but that's going to be interesting to see how they do it. But yeah, guys, that's everything. I know I didn't go over some of this, and I'm sorry for that, but the update might be coming out by the end of this week, so stay tuned, because this might be the last leak video till 4.5. And then we'll get a whole other can of worms to open after that. Oh boy. But yeah, so guys, I'll see you later. Bye guys, see you in the next video.